Oh, your ring just went off?
Kid is home alone. Oh, it was a delivery.
Son of a...
Damn it.
Get off my property. It's like I am getting off your property after I delivered something.
Right.
I see you. Put that shit back. But yeah,
yeah, you should get the Sauron voice where he's all, I see you. Whenever somebody steps up on your shit, just like, fuckity fuck.
I love it. Do it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, the Bagginses.
I was telling Todd, it felt like it's been a month since we've...
I know.
It's like forever, but it's only been 2 weeks. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm grateful that it's only been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It does feel a little longer. So.
Yeah, just because lots of things happen these days.
It does. It goes quick, too.
Yeah. Go back to the old days. Oh, yeah. I mean, geez. Yeah, yesterday we had the thunderstorm.
Yes.
And that cloud burst. That was insane.
That's right. My dogs were keeping my feet warm because they were hiding under the desk.
Oh, yeah. They're like, what is going on?
Dad, I don't like this.
What is that? I don't got it.
Yeah, geez. I remember being a kid and playing soccer. Days like that.
Right?
Suck it.
And walking home.
The chances of getting hit are slim, kid.
Yes. That's evidently true.
Yeah. I don't know.
Slim's never none, though, right? Just like the chances of being murdered by a penguin in your sleep are slim, but never zero.
Never zero. Never zero. Penguins, man, you can't trust those bastards.
I mean, they're trippy. What do they even look like underneath all that? Right? It's like...
they probably look the same as any other nun without her clothes on.
Yeah,
like chicken.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Todd! You let us know when it's time to kick this little party off, and we will get this.
Not today, Tim.
Not today, Tim. Hey, everybody! Welcome back to another exciting episode of Our Town Podcast.
Extraordinary.
Coming to you from the historic Renton Civic Theater in beautiful downtown Renton. Hey, boys.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Been a minute.
It's been a minute, man. Had a little illness and stuff last week and just couldn't get out here for you. So we thank and appreciate you from around the world.
Yes.
For coming back 2 weeks later.
Yeah, our next episode has like 8 viewings or something.
It's like we're done.
How dare you have a week of how dare you.
And they're all in Jakarta, right? Somewhere in
all 8. That's
Indonesia.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'd love it. This is episode 40, dudes.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
It's about it's almost time for the
podcast.
And we all know what that meant too. The proctology exam, right?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I actually haven't done that yet.
Well, the night is young, Todd. I mean, I'm not fully qualified, but I've got fingers.
Do you know what you're looking for?
No, I'll know when I find it. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure this is weird.
Yeah. I mean, what do doctors really know, right?
Right?
I mean,
they're practicing anyway. Jesus.
Who's the poor guy in Star Wars, mythology that has to check Jabba's prostate?
Oh, God.
Who's the doctor with that gig?
I don't know.
It's that little guy that hangs out on his tail.
That's what drove him mad.
I've seen
Just gets
too
up
much.
in there. Just
Yeah, that guy's got a name, but I forgot it.
I used to know. He was one of my favorite characters when I was a kid.
Nice.
Crazy.
Nice. Well, geez, tonight's safe word is belated chocolate cake because we missed Todd's birthday last week, and I feel really bad.
I know.
It's all good. Like I was telling Mike,
we ended up we did get you a nice
geez,
gift.
would you look at that? Would you look at that?
Give it to you last week.
Oh man,
so. Was this one of the things on my
it could be
my Amazon wish list because I saw what people got. So. It is what it is. Okay.
It's ice cream cones from last week.
What'd you get?
You know, the funny thing about this thing is when I put it on that list, it was one of those. I got to remember what that thing is. I'll look at it later.
What is it?
Oh,
It's
That's like a Slurpee machine.
Yeah,
freeze, squeeze, enjoy.
You freeze the cup, and then you pour liquid in it, and then you squeeze it, and it makes whatever liquid you put into it like a slushie.
Jeez, you could make a cool, super tart orange-sickle.
Ooh, that'd be good. Tang-sicle.
Yeah, Tang-sicle.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's my nickname in high school.
My pop collection is growing, too.
Nice. Is that a Kevin Smith? Nice.
It is.
It really looks like Kevin Smith.
It's the thin Kevin Smith, too, because he's got his blazer on.
Yeah.
And it says Kevin Smith on his shirt.
Very
Very cool. Thank you,
that's
guys.
great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday, belated as it might be.
Geez,
Hey,
Todd, you're the heartbeat of this program, kid.
Did we
and a nice guy.
Did we have a nice birthday?
Yeah, I was telling Mike, my birthday was just another day. I got lots of really cool messages, which I appreciated. And I got a few things in the mail, these included. Yeah, I mean, all I did was sit around and watch TV and play video games, which is what I do every day.
I don't know. Well, geez, that ain't bad.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Sounds like a good birthday to me.
Yeah, and, because 53, right?
52.
Oh, 52. Oh, yeah.
Don't be aging us, pal.
Sure. But it's one of those, because it's in the middle. It's not 55. Yeah. Right? It's not double nickels. It's like...
And I got another 3 years before I can order off the special menu at Denny.
Oh man,
a discount.
Yeah.
Just show them your AARP card.
I actually used to have one. I got one when I turned 50.
Yeah, I know they do. They prey upon us in our fears.
And I paid for a year of it because I wanted to get the free gift, which was like a lunch bag, an insulated lunch bag. Mm-hmm. And I thought the bag was bigger. Actually, I thought it was like closer to my backpack size, but it's actually only this big. And
it's like a Capri Sun and a sandwich, and
pretty much, yeah. But yeah, my housemates, they're both giggling at me because I got the God damn it,
AARP.
That's the one. Yeah,
not as cool as WKRP.
No.
Yeah, and AARP famously are one of the biggest lobbyists against Medicare for all.
Oh,
are they really?
Yes, which is bizarre but true.
Bastards.
Insurance, yeah.
Yeah, my mom had it. It was some kind of weird, like supplemental thing that she paid for.
Sure, and maybe in some cases it's helpful. I don't know, but you know what's really helpful? Medicare for all.
Before we get into everything, we should probably tell people where they can find us on social media, right?
Oh yeah, jeez.
I mean,
and to like and subscribe.
You guys are listening or watching us here on YouTube. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Right on.
At Our Town Pod.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a website and everything.
Yeah, not hard to find.
No. Yeah. And we will grapple you.
Yes. And speaking of the website, we did get somebody that reached out to us through the website looking for advice.
Jeez.
Some relationship advice. So keep it coming, folks. If you need something, we've got, what did we say, 150 some years
I guess more now, since Todd just had a birthday. So, I mean, we're ever increasing.
Ever increasing.
A delight.
Our knowledge and our wisdom.
Headphone cable was all wrapped around something else.
You can't spell wisdom without thumb.
Yeah. And I want to say happy Yom Kippur to everyone that celebrates.
That's a thing.
Good on you. I hope that you found some peace in your, what do you say, your, it's not confessions, but your...
you just make apologies, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Marjorie Taylor Greene had posted about this? And she, instead of like...
She should just stop.
Well, the thing that made me laugh was like, she said Happy Yom Kippur, but she put up a yarmulke, not a yarmulke, the candle...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that's the same thing.
Yeah. It's a Jewish holiday thing, so therefore
it's a big holiday. It really is.
Yeah.
And
because, especially in Judaica, God and people are mirror images of each other.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like...
But I saw this on a video, and the guy was like, that's like saying Merry Christmas, but have like a...
Easter
eggs and the... and just random things that are not related at all.
Yeah, and I don't know how much MTG or whatever is actually in charge of our own social media.
Yes,
I don't know.
I would imagine
we just need to. If people want to have outlandish social media, that's fantastic.
I think it's all her, man. Because if
there's lots of mistakes,
if it was an underling doing this, they would be fired immediately.
I suppose
posting something that stupid.
I don't know.
Well, geez,
she was the one
yeah.
that came up with Jewish space lasers or something, right?
Oh my God,
Blaming
it's
the
madness.
forest fires.
Let's make learning cool again, people.
I
Right?
legit, when I first heard it, I was like, this person has watched Austin Powers one too many times.
Laser.
I want lasers on my sharks.
Oh my God. Well, speaking of MTG and politics, I didn't put this on our show notes because it happened afterwards, but did you see that the judge in the fraud case in New York has made a summary judgment against Trump Incorporated?
Yeah.
I don't know what is it.
I posted a picture of Trump Tower with the Spirit Halloween banner over the
That's
over
funny.
the.
Well, I mean, he's not really going to be able to do that. Company won't be able to do business in New York,
right?
That's kind of how that's looking right now.
Yeah.
Although it's going to appeal for the next dozen years, right? But
I don't know.
But this is a big deal, and it shows that he really. I mean, the evidence was there, right?
Yeah.
That he hyperinflated these things to secure loans, et cetera, et cetera, et
To
cetera.
get more money.
Yeah. Which just brings me to my tertiary point, which is valid, and this is why people are losing faith in liberal democracy, is that guy can lie and get loan after loan after loan after loan to increase business, even though he's been busted for being a shyster, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Poor people trying to get a house, trying to get an education, trying to just get out of debt. There's no loans available.
No.
Right? It's like, and this guy can lie, cheat,
or
and
loan
steal.
Forgiveness, right?
Right, et cetera. It's like, and that's why people are losing faith, is that they see, the powerful class just being able to do whatever they want and just run roughshod.
Yeah.
But fuck that guy.
I mean, what he lost his suit for Trump University because he frauded people out of money there.
That's right.
He lost his 501(c)(3) because he broke the law with his charity.
Yeah.
Right? It was all about them. I mean, the list just keeps piling up, and people keep continuing to trust this guy. I have no idea.
And in the times that he did get to use bankruptcy protections, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and that's all a type of socialism, isn't it? And that's a type of rule of law.
It's a huge part of socialism.
So I don't know. What's good for the goose should be good for the gander, right? And that's a type of class warfare that's just because it's been around for a long time doesn't mean it should continue to be around.
Yeah,
right.
I'm all for bankruptcy protection and everything, but how many times do you get to do it before it's you can't ever do this again?
But that's a conversation we can have, right?
Yeah. Well, also in the news, politics-wise, is we're facing the double barrels of a shutdown, which is imminent, I think, on Friday, right? If the House does not pass a funding bill that the Senate will also approve.
I believe that to be true.
Yeah.
No, it's just bonkers, man.
It's just bonkers.
Yeah.
And it's not Republican versus Democrat. It's hardcore MAGA.
It's like 6 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
and the
Matt
ones
Gaetz.
And it's been described a couple of times, but remember, the worst among us, the fascists among us, win when our institutions look bad.
Yeah.
Right? And in making them fail, like this is making a group of our institutions fail, they win, right? Because then the fascists sweep in.
Right.
Right? It's like, they should not be able to hold their jobs if they're not going to do their fucking jobs. And part of the 14th Amendment, I do believe, and please somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but it says that because we had to pay off debts for the Civil War, right? Mm-hmm. And so that the debt shall not be questioned. Right, so I just think that's the way out of this. We should talk to the Supreme Court since they're such originalists and say, well, that is what that says. And if it was for the war to pay for, reconstruction, all that other stuff, there was like a lot of money out of the good guys' pockets to pay for the bad guys.
Right.
It still qualifies here.
Yeah.
Right, so I say there's that you can't do this.
Yeah.
So,
and what does it mean for us Americans? Well, it means that government workers will be furloughed. They won't collect a paycheck. A lot of these people are probably living paycheck to paycheck anyway.
Yeah, well, and the long-term ruin is from like Moody's, Analytica, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All of a sudden, our credit rating isn't good, so that the trillions of dollars in bonds, et cetera, are worth less than they were.
Yeah,
right. My question is, if the government's closing down, does that mean that I don't get my Social Security check every month?
It sure can.
Yeah,
it sure can.
Closed?
Yeah.
The Medicaid, and the Medicare checks, and the VA hospitals, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guess who does
Congress
get paid?
people still get paid.
They get paid, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. So. And that's the kind of stuff, right? We got to rein it in, man. We do.
Yeah.
It's like, and we got to not vote for pieces of shit who just want to burn everything down, right? With democracy is the only system where we can amend the direction of the country, right? You can't do that in kingdoms, right? You can't do that in oligarchies. You can't do that in fascist states. You can only do that in democracy. Don't let them throw the baby with the bathwater, which is precisely what they want to do.
Yeah.
Don't let them do it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of his orangeness, he and Biden are both were both speaking at the UAW strike up in Michigan, which I thought was fascinating because a lot of people told Biden not to go because it would force him into a position to help accept whatever the workers' demands are, and he wouldn't have the power to help negotiate whatever. I say fuck it, that he needs to get up there and walk that picket line.
I would sure think so.
More than enough.
Yeah. Even though, I mean, because I don't think he's better. He's been far more, at least vocally, pro-labor than most.
Right.
He really has, and brings it up a lot, but also brings it up a lot, that he's from Scranton, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And mostly to, get votes and shit, but he's not wrong. And he is saying it, and he's kind of trying to make it happen that it's from the bottom up and the middle out, right? Yeah. And what he was saying yesterday on the picket line, he's not wrong, right? But in the same breath, if we had Medicare for all, right, that cuts out so much money.
Much of this gobbledygook.
Right? It's like each car is like $2,000 in health care benefits.
Right.
Could take that out of the equation so they make that into a wage.
Yeah.
Right? It's like...
And all these workers took a pay cut.
Yeah, they sure did.
To keep the companies afloat.
Yeah.
Just 4 years ago?
Yeah, not that long.
Not that long ago.
Yep. With the expectation, right?
Yeah, when they start making money again, it'll go back up, and that's where we're at.
And really, employee costs are about 5% of a car's production costs.
Yeah.
5, not 55, not 75.
Right.
It's dog shit. It's like, how much of that is shareholders?
Yeah.
Is that 5%? Why aren't you cutting back there, bro?
Right.
It's like, come on now. Don't be silly.
Yeah.
Don't be silly.
Meanwhile, your executive team is making millions a year, right?
Sure. And I'd just say all the above. And how come we don't structure... How come nobody brings up that they could just structure it as a profit share system?
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't have to be a 100% profit share systems like an employee-owned company, which is never a terrible idea.
Right.
But let's say that's not it. But how come only shareholders get to share in profits? Why is that?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the people that do the work deserve... it's like what Obama said, and he took a lot of heat for it when he said, you didn't build this. It really does take. Yes, there's somebody that came up with the idea and the ingenuity and all that stuff, but it really takes everybody's input, everybody's elbow grease, everybody's blood, sweat, and tears to make something successful.
That's the rubber hitting the road, right? Yeah, the actual labor of it. And as, Abraham Lincoln said, and he was correct, that labor precedes capital.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe not the eureka moment that made us think of the idea or whatever, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, hallelujah. But that can only come to fruition with labor, and if it's the individual's labor, great. But still, we owe for the education that you got, the clean water that you had, the roadways, the court systems, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's never a loan.
Right.
It just doesn't, it cannot happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm, on the side of labor. Right.
Oh,
most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. For sure.
But and it's, again, even in labor unions, et cetera, waste, fraud, and abuse is bad.
Yeah.
Right. But at least they're closer to the representative democracy within the workplace.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
that's all that is.
Bad elements in every.
In every human fucking structure.
Yeah.
Because humans are a flawed species. Sorry about that.
Right.
Not my fault.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a little.
Well, speaking of flawed humans, the Justice Department has sort of just proven or disproven the Republicans' thought that there's a two-tiered justice system because they have just indicted Bob Mendez, senator out of Jersey.
I mean, what a turd.
What a dolt.
Yeah. What a turd. It's like, and immediately after he got busted the last time is when he started with this.
Again.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you got away with it the first time.
Yeah.
Right? Count your blessings.
Yeah. Nope.
You got reelected.
Nope.
Move on.
Yeah.
Now he's got gold bars, right, coming out of his ears.
And I mean, yeah, he really does.
Yeah.
Which I mean, he's smart. It's like keep your cash in envelopes stashed throughout your house, safe deposit box in your old lady's name.
I just finished.
She can't be made to testify against you.
I just finished the entire series of Breaking Bad, including the El Camino movie.
Nice. Yeah.
Really enjoyed it, but all that cash in the barrels buried in the desert, just stuff like that. I just kind of think about Bob. I also think about Ollie North and his change jar, right?
Yeah.
I saw a video the other day of actually it wasn't a video, it was a friend of mine who was telling me the story of when they were doing tech support or customer service over the phone, either way, and he sounded like this,
Who sounded like that?
The customer, and my friend was like, sir, just go ahead and get some money out from underneath your bed and, put it in an envelope and send it off to blah, blah, blah. And they're like, how did you know I have it in my bed?
It's just a safe bet, bro. I don't trust no bank.
Buried in a coffee can out in the backyard.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I just don't have extra money.
Yeah, I wish I did.
I don't have a need to be burying anything that I don't fucking have.
How am I going to bury it
Penny
if I don't have it? Yeah.
From when I was a kid.
But if I were, I would buy, and when I was, had extra periods, I would buy, ounces of silver, right?
Yeah,
Stuff like that. I've never had enough money to buy gold and shit. But
no gold
if I had a dirty mind, this would look weird.
Well, the night is young.
We started the show talking about proctology exams.
I've never actually seen one of these things up close before, and I've only seen the commercials for them. And you see people doing this. I'm like,
wait a minute. What's going on here? I put my butter and my corn in there.
God. So, Bob Mendez indicted.
Yeah, no.
Republicans don't know what to make
but
of
at
it.
least, in the difference here is that, his own party has asked him to resign.
Yes,
right? But also,
several did.
There's now a Democratic governor there who would appoint somebody. Yeah. So I kind of see why because they didn't last time because there's a Republican governor, right?
That was Chris Christie last time.
Yeah. So that's good anyway. And B, I don't know, and if so, then I am wrong, but I haven't heard that anybody's sending death threats to the Justice Department for indicting this guy.
No.
Right? How come when you indict other, certain politicians, right? Death threats, doxing,
threats.
all this fucking weird, cruel, stupid, anti-democratic shit happens, right? Yeah. I don't know. Well, I do know, but I don't know if I do know, but I have my suspicions anyway.
Man, oh man,
it's a trip, bro. Yeah. But fuck Bob. Bob Menendez. Later,
Bob.
Later,
stupid.
Yeah,
Bob.
What a greedy piece of shit. Senate's a great job.
Yes,
that's a great job.
Well, and speaking of Senate, just got greater because they eliminated the dress code.
No, that's right.
Did you hear about that?
I can finally wear shorts on the Senate floor.
And I don't know if it was because of Fetterman.
I think it was specifically.
That he wanted to wear his sweatshirts and stuff. But I guess even some Republicans would wear, I think Ted Cruz even came out and said, hey, sometimes I run in my workout clothes and do what I need to do, cast a vote or whatever.
I don't know. Because I don't necessarily find Western business attire the peak to human.
Right.
I don't. I did neckties that tell you red or blue neckties.
Got so up in arms because Obama wore a tan
suit or something stupid.
And they didn't have a American flag lapel pin.
Because all that's fairly new, right? It's a weird style. And I get it. I mean, whether or not, I don't know. You should wear whatever you're wearing because you were voted to be there. Right. Right? And it's like...
You show up dressed like Uncle Sam, great. If that's what your constituents voted for, then...
to whatever degree. Yeah. But that's why it is. There's some pageantry involved. Yeah. Right? And Senate, in particular, it's like, I mean, there's only 100 of those guys.
Right.
Right? It's like... It's a very... I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing. It's a really, really good job.
Right.
That's a really good
And
job.
it's 6 years.
Oh, it's a good job.
And I think because it's that 6 years, you're automatically, I think, into the pension pool
Oh, man,
or
I don't
whatever.
know. Just one time in?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think.
man, I got to just give it
I think
all
with
up.
House of Reps, they got to do like 3 terms or something. Then they're in the, I don't know. It's like lifetime.
That's a
fucking
good gig, man.
medical care and all that stuff. It's fucking
But all the more reason not to be a corrupt piece of shit. And the pay is good.
Exactly.
You could just invest your money or sit on it,
Yeah.
and you'd be fine, dude.
Yeah.
You don't need to get a Mercedes and some gold bullion from some fucking Egyptian dudes who want weapons, right? It's like,
and that's what it was too, right? With
I think
Bob?
weapons and some kind of business deal or
Yeah.
something. It's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's dicky.
Selling it.
Right, because which guys in Egypt are going to end up with those weapons?
Right.
Right? If you have to go through weird back channel bribery channels, read those are the good guys?
They're not the
Really?
good guys, yeah.
Yeah. Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah. Just like Trump and Zelensky, right? I'll send you the
Yeah,
if you
yeah. So weird.
Yeah, a funny thing too is they had Fox News brought in the former president of Ukraine.
Yeah.
And he was asked about was it Shokin, the prosecutor that they fired because he was a corrupt piece of shit, and that everybody's saying, well, Biden wanted him out because he was investigating Burisma and stuff. Well, the former president of Ukraine comes on and goes, no, that guy was a fucking piece of shit, crazy, and we fired him because he was corrupt. You know, it wasn't anything.
Yeah.
Didn't mention Biden at all. It was like, womp, womp, womp. There goes your talking points, right?
Yeah, but not really.
Not really.
Not really, right? Because they just want to believe what they want to believe.
Yeah.
It is. It's weird. It's closer to like a televangelism. It really is than anything else that I can think of, right? Because it's not really based in fact.
Please send us money, and we'll.
Yeah,
we'll
man,
fix
it's kind of a cult. It's all them. Just, you know.
They're evil. We're doing the right thing.
That's amazing. But it's a formula that has worked, you know, throughout time. It really has.
Maybe we should have started a mega church instead.
I know. We'd be rolling in it, bro.
We could.
Yeah, it ain't over.
We could We could roll this into a church.
But one with like go-go dancers.
I'm digging that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should film our own commercial where we're like,
hey,
the pastors, right?
Yeah.
We could always start our own chapter for the Jedi Alliance over here.
Nice.
I don't mind that at all.
Do they get go-go dancers?
I mean,
the Mos Eisley.
Yeah. Kinda. I think Mos Eisley
we can
was
get
too
some
rough.
Twilight dancers. Sure, why not?
That's just scum and villainy.
Oh my God!
Are we still doing the movies turning 30 this year, or is that one of the things that got removed from the?
No, we're getting
Dirty
there.
30, we're getting there.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was still in there or not.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my digital version of things.
I would have brought you a paper one, but I know how much you despise.
Well, I don't see a point in it when you send a text out with everything, and it's like it's just wasting paper.
All right. I like the big paper. I hate reading stuff off my phone.
That's why I have the big screen over here.
And then finally, the last headline that caught my eye was Trump went to a South Carolina gun shop.
I saw this gun too. It's
and picked up a gun. It was like a .45 caliber, like a 1911 looking thing.
Sure.
Yeah, it's got
but
his
it
face on it.
It had his little silhouette on the handle.
And it says Trump across the barrel.
Oh my God!
They didn't give it to him, but he said he was going to buy this gun. I'm going to buy this gun, right? Well, he's federally indicted for felonies, so it would be illegal.
That would be so good.
Purchase
Yeah.
that firearm.
He's not.
I think there was a political opponent's son that is also in hot water for buying a gun
And lying
while
on that.
he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious. Yeah, the Trump
There you go,
gun.
Mike.
Oh, is that it? Yeah.
I mean, who in the fuck is buying that? What kind of dingbat?
Who kind of dingbat makes that?
Huh?
What is it? Yeah,
Yeah.
good looking weapon. It looks like a Glock to me.
Is the Glock? Okay.
I can't
Anyway.
tell from here. Different.
Yeah. So people were like, oh, the FBI should look into whether or not he actually purchased that firearm because he's not allowed to, kind of thing. So I don't know.
He probably has one. I don't know if he purchased it.
His
Well, you
sons
can't have
are.
somebody give you a gun. You're not supposed to be in possession of a gun. It's not
Right.
just buying.
Yeah.
Because although, I mean, under indictment's not the same as convicted of felonies. I don't know if he's ever been convicted of felony, maybe.
No, don't know.
Because that was a civil case that he lost.
Yeah, just recently.
Yeah. I don't know. Bonkers.
Trump gun. I feel like Kiss going through my head, right?
Love gun. Yeah.
Oh, man. It's just weird. It seems really culty.
It really is culty.
It's weird.
It's a super cult.
It's weird.
It's the biggest cult.
Come
ever.
on, people.
I just hope they have a Jonestown. No,
oh, man.
I don't.
I don't.
I kind of
suddenly go, oh, wait a minute.
Let's all drink the.
Yeah.
You know what?
But that's how you
don't
end
need
up
to
with
roll that
fascists,
back.
dude.
Go ahead and say that. I mean,
I don't wish death.
I don't want my fellow Americans to die. I really don't.
I mean,
I just want
I really don't.
if the Kool-Aid was to like make them aware of their stupidity,
that would be okay.
Because it's just an intellectual pickle they've gotten themselves into, right? So that means that you can get yourself out of the pickle. Right?
So instead of the flaming pickle, we're going to have the intellectual pickle.
The intellectual pickle jar that you're
Oh my God,
stuck in.
yes, we
My
should-
hand is stuck in the intellectual pickle jar.
the intellectual pickle. What would that look like? The intellectual pickle. Would it be
Let
a
me know.
Pickle with like nerd glasses.
You know, make him look like Mr. Peanut a little bit.
Yeah, with a monocle.
The monocle and the top hat.
Yeah, and is Mr. Peanut selling his brethren into slavery and consumption?
Yeah, I think that's
Son of
what
a
it is.
bitch.
Yeah.
What's really weird is when you see Mr. Peanut eating peanuts.
Yeah.
He's the Hannibal Lecter. He's the wealthy Hannibal Lecter.
Mike, I'm glad you were able to keep that inside because if you would have sprayed it all over these electronics, I would have been really mad.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Well, Todd was talking earlier. Let's get some happier thoughts going on.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of movies. I just came across a bunch of movies turning 30 this year. So it means we were in our early 20s.
Which is like
93, right?
Insane.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
It's insane.
And I looked
30
at the
years
list,
ago was the 90s.
Holy shit, I know.
That's insane.
I still think of 20 years ago as the 70s, right? It's like, how old am I? Topping the list was Schindler's List, which is just a brutal film. Magnificently done
It's very
film.
well done. Yeah, it's very well done.
Brutal.
Oh,
It's one of those films you can't watch.
Yeah, nobody's watching that every Christmas or something. Like, what was the Christmas movie? A Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story. You know, I've never seen Schindler's List.
Oh, it's very well done. Very well done.
Very well done. It is very
It's
brutal.
rough. Oh, yeah. Ray Fiennes does a great job. Everybody does a great job. Oh, man, he does a great job.
Yeah, Ben Kingsley.
That kid's all right, right? Oh, yeah. Liam
Neeson, of course.
I have a particular...
I know. I wanted him to do that.
Did you see? I think it was Ted too, where he's like, he comes into the grocery store where Ted works. He goes, "I understand this cereal is only for kids." He's like, "That's what they say in the commercials." Like, but is it legally binding?
Nice.
No, I believe you can buy them. He's like, "Are you absolutely positive?" Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So dumb.
Nice.
Yeah, I like Neeson a lot.
And he was playing that serious character too.
Oh, yeah.
And so Ted was just like, "Oh, I don't know how to deal with this.
Yeah.
Please don't kill me."
Also, 93 was The Fugitive with Harrison Ford.
Did they ever catch the one arm?
They did at the end
good.
of that one.
It wasn't me. It was the one arm.
It was the one-armed man. But that was, when I think about Harrison Ford, that's one of the ones non-Star Wars, non-indie, only one, that and Witness, remember in the 80s?
Oh, yeah.
Witness, those are the only two that I can really think of. Maybe the one with Anne Heche where they crash on a deserted island or whatever.
Oh, yeah, and Mosquito Coast.
I know I've seen Mosquito
Fuck,
Coast.
it's heavy duty also.
That was a long
It
time.
is.
They just made a new TV show about that.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
It's got
it's rough.
It's got the kid.
And then what's the one where he has regarding Henry or something, where he has a brain injury? Is that Harrison Ford?
I think that was Fonda.
Oh.
Jane Fonda's dad, I think.
Oh, Henry Fonda? Jeez, maybe. I really don't know.
Are you thinking of On Golden Pond?
That's the one.
That's on Golden
Never
Pond.
mind.
Yeah.
I was wrong. It happens.
No, it's
Yeah, but so that's one of the few Harrison Ford films.
that I can think of that aren't in the Star Wars or Indiana Jones realm.
The only ones that I can think of are like the
What Tom Clancy ones? Right?
yeah.
I didn't see any.
I didn't see any of those either, but they were big movies, if I remember right.
Were.
I saw them, and it was the same character that he said. Baldwin plays in Hunt for Red October.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
the Jack Ryan.
Yeah, I think it's Jack Ryan. Or it's sort of a Tom Clancy story either way. He plays the same character.
I've never seen Hunt for Red October.
Dude,
that movie was huge.
It was the funny thing about that. It was when I first really realized that Sean Connery is unable to do any other accent than his own. He cannot.
And he doesn't care.
He tries, like in one of the first scenes, to do a Russian accent, and it doesn't work. So he just, for the rest of the movie, he just speaks with his own accent, which was great.
Yeah. And I mean, come on, why not? He's Sean Connery.
He doesn't have to do a British accent or a Russian accent. He's Sean fucking Connery.
Yeah.
That's awesome. In one, speaking of kind of, narrowing your focus, when I think of Robin Williams, I always think first of Mrs. Doubtfire, which came out that year.
Oh, jeez.
That's what I was going to say.
Movie-wise.
When I think of him on film or on television, I always think of Mork from Mork or Popeye.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen Popeye since it came out. I should revisit that.
It's on, I think it's on Pluto TV. You can watch it for free.
Yeah, that guy's great.
Yeah,
that guy's great.
And we talked about this last episode, that village is still there in Malta.
Jeez, that's cool. Yeah, I've yet to see Mrs. Doubtfire. I've never seen that movie.
Really?
Yeah, but that's where he wants to see his kids. That's Sally Field.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Yeah. And Dustin Hoffman? No.
Had it been anybody...
Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, there you go. Is it her new man or something? Oh, my God, that's great. Poor Robin.
Had it been anybody else, that character would have been really creepy.
Right. Yeah. He's sneaking into the house, basically, right under
He's pretending to be an old British lady watching this woman's kids, and in reality, he's the father of the kids, and he's tricking the mom so he can see his kids.
Yeah, because he's like court ordered to stay the fuck away because he's crazy or something, right?
So this, in the real world, he would be thrown in jail for doing this.
Yeah.
Do you remember that movie with Robin Williams where he played the photo developer guy at the
creepy
store?
Guy or something? I've never seen it, but
I know of it, but I've never seen
it. But
it's not Super 8. It's something else.
No. 1 hour photo or something.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Sound right? Yeah, and he's following a family, and he's like stalking them through their photographs, and stuff, and just it's just creepy.
And everybody
he plays a great creepy dude.
That's the only time he really got to stretch his wings, right?
Yeah.
Patch Adams, I guess.
Yeah, he did a movie with Insomnia with Al Pacino, which wasn't a great movie, but he played the serial killer that Al Pacino was trying to track down and was messing with him and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. Well, also in '93, Johnny Depp and a young Leonardo DiCaprio in What's Eating Gilbert, Grape.
Oh, geez.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio played that mentally challenged kid and did a wonderful job with it, I thought, if my memory serves well. But what's her name was in that? Dated Brad Pitt for a while. What's her name? Darn it. Juliet and the Licks.
Juliet
Lewis?
Yeah, she was in
I didn't know they dated. I really like Juliet Lewis a lot.
Yeah, she's a Scientologist.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were great in that movie. I thought that was a great showcase for the young talent that was in there.
Yeah, no, agreed. I have no idea who directed that, but that was a well-received film, if I remember right.
Yeah, I just remember the mom, after she died, they wanted to save the embarrassment of trying to get her out of the house, so they lit the house on fire.
Oh, man.
Yeah, just...
Didn't know that was an option.
Just crazy. Here's one that I haven't seen, but people seem to love. Hocus Pocus.
You've never seen that?
I have never seen that. It's the Three Witches, right?
Yeah. It's Kathy and Jimmy, girl from Sex and the City, and
Bette Midler.
Bette Midler, yeah.
And they play three witch sisters, and they just came out with
a second one. A sequel that came out this last Halloween, a year ago.
Yeah.
And actually, both of them are quite funny.
Yeah.
And they're family friendly. You can watch it with your kids.
Yeah, we might have to check that out this year.
Your daughter would probably dig the shit out of it.
Yeah, we just watched a movie on Hulu that's been getting a lot of press, and it's No One Here to Save You, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
And it's pretty fascinating. It's I can't remember the actor's name, young lady, but she was in Booksmart, I think was the name of the movie that she's most famous for. But she plays kind of a small town pariah. She's away from everybody, living on her own, and there's alien invasion.
Oh, man.
And I won't say anything more, but it's...
You watched that with your kid?
I did. It was a PG-13.
Oh, man.
No swearing. In fact, there's no talking. There's one line spoken twice.
I'm not
in the
finding
whole
anything
thing.
with
Jeez, that's fascinating.
Yeah, the whole rest of the movie, there's some background, there's some whispering. You can kind of make out people saying stuff in the town, like when she walking through town and people are like, "Oh, there she is," but you don't really. It's not like a real big line of dialogue.
All right, that's cool.
And what's it called?
I think it's
No One Will Save You.
No One Here to Save You, or No One Will Save You.
I've seen an ad for it. It does. Yeah, no, the aliens look gross and.
Yeah, No One Will Save You. Just came out. It's on Hulu, and the young lady's name is
Caitlin Denver.
Caitlin Deaver. Deaver.
Huh. Geez, all right. So it's just kind of a claustrophobic.
Not even claustrophobic. Yeah. It's just she's having to escape. It's kind of got some body snatcher elements. It's got the UFOs. It's all the aliens look like grays, but they're all in different sizes. And they and you're just like one. They keep getting bigger, and you're like, oh, but they have these weird little twitchy moments, and there's some jump scares and stuff like that. So it was a good movie. Watch with the kid.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Also in '93, and this was based on a true story, In the Name of the Father with Daniel Day-Lewis. Do you remember that?
I remember, but I don't think I've seen it. Or if I did, I feel like I saw it on a date or something.
Yeah,
but
it was Paul, I can't remember his name, and I forget who Daniel. God, I can't remember the guy's name. Anyways, two Irish young lads that had come over to London to kind of escape Ireland and all that during the Troubles. And they were accused of bombing a London nightclub, and they had nothing to do with it. And they got instantly convicted and sent to prison, and they spent like 20 some odd years in prison for this crime. And their dad got, because he was supposed to be in on the conspiracy and all this stuff. And one of the guys, I think, went on to either found or be a big part of Amnesty International and stuff. But yeah, it was just wrongly convicted and accused, and just kind of a harsh movie. But Daniel Day-Lewis is great and everything.
I remember my mom going to see that movie. I don't think
he's one of the guys that got convicted. Yeah. One of my favorite movies of all time, not just '93, but Tombstone.
Oh yeah, geez, that's right. Yeah,
'93.
It's probably the only cowboy movie that I will willingly rewatch.
Yeah. Huge cast, huge name.
Michael Biehn is a bad guy, right?
Yeah, I met him and got his autograph. Very nice gentleman.
I got to watch it.
Yeah. Which one was Biehn?
He was
he
Johnny Ringo.
He was Johnny Ringo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, I went down there. God, was it 2 Decembers ago? I think it was this December. It'll be 2 years. But I went down to Tombstone and hung out. That's where I met Michael Biehn and all that. We actually drove out to where the real Johnny Ringo's grave is, and it's like outside of town, like 30 miles, and it's up a dirt road. It's actually on private property, and it's all fenced in, but you can wander over and check it out. And that's where at the end of the movie, Val Kilmer comes out and supposedly has a last duel with him, shoots him in the head.
Huckleberry.
But the reality is he probably took his own life, but nobody will ever know. Just sort of died out there. But yeah, his grave is on private property. You can access
they buried him where he died?
Yeah. He died in the crotch of a tree, and the tree's still standing there, and the grave is maybe 6 feet away from it. Something like that.
Jeez,
okay.
Yeah.
I think it's Tombstone, but I'm pretty sure it's Tombstone. I know it's Arizona someplace, but there is a unmarked grave a sky person that was buried out there.
A sky person?
That's what they called him anyway, yeah.
Oh, like an alien guy? Oh.
Yeah, the townsfolk, they, I guess he was hurt or whatever, and they didn't know what to do with him because he wasn't human, and, they didn't know what could help fix him or whatever, so they buried him. He had a marker for a long time, but people kept fucking with it, so they took the marker off.
Nobody dug that shit up?
Down by, New Mexico is Area 51, so is it sort of in that general...
I want to... It may be. But no, this took place in, back in the Old West.
Oh, gotcha.
This is not like modern times. This is this happened in the Old West.
Interesting. I'll have to look up that
story. And that story is actually the inspiration for the comic book and the movie Aliens versus Cowboys, or Cowboys versus Aliens.
I never saw that when it first came out.
I did. It caught me by surprise.
It was actually really good. It's another one of those movies with Harrison Ford.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Daniel Craig is like the main guy, and it starts off like a normal cowboy movie, and next thing you know, somebody's on horseback being chased by a UFO and being fired up.
Some kind of weird wrist laser gun.
He had like a gauntlet of some sort of a bracelet that was mechanical and wouldn't come off unless, for whatever reason, you have to watch the movie to find out how he gets rid of it. But
Been a few years. One here filmed in Seattle, 93, Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh, there you go.
Who doesn't love Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan together, right? Yeah. And I've actually kayaked out to where the houseboat...
The house is still there, I think.
Yeah, the house is still there.
You
can kayak over to it and kind of check out the little area.
What's the one with Billy Crystal? That's kind of like Sleepless in Seattle.
That was...
You've Got Mail?
Yeah.
No, that's Sleepless in Seattle.
When Harry Met Sally.
When Harry Met Sally.
She has
Is that Meg Ryan?
Okay. Yeah. America's Sweetheart.
Yeah, is she still around?
Oh, yeah. She's around. She hasn't filmed anything for quite a few years.
She looks weird,
I think she's coming out.
Oh, did she have some work done?
She had some work done where she doesn't look like Meg Ryan anymore.
Yeah.
And she looks like, have you seen pictures?
I used to look like Lando Calrissian until I had some work done. No, nothing.
I don't know what to say to that, to be perfectly honest.
Not my best work. All right, I'll take that silence as a punitive measure.
She's had work done, so her face looks kind of puffy. Have you seen photos of Madonna recently where she...
I didn't. I remember people were talking about that, but I haven't actually seen it.
It looks like she got a bunch of bee stings in her face and just it hasn't gone down.
I wonder if she just had work right before she went to that award show or whatever that was, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Beats me.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, to each their own.
Yeah, geez, I don't know. It's none of my business.
Yeah, really.
Anybody can do whatever the fuck they want with the technology. It ain't illegal, right? I just think I just automatically say buy some land. You got extra money lying around? Buy some fucking land.
Buy a lot of it.
Yeah.
Geez, right? I don't know. Plant some trees. I'm cool. Right? Go walk around in your acreage and you'll feel great about yourself.
Absolutely.
But
get a hammock.
Nobody cares what I say.
I care.
Except those 8 people in Jakarta. Thank you.
Jurassic Park, 1993.
Jeez.
Man, the very first one, right?
That's insane. That's 30 years ago.
Yeah.
That's insane. Wow. Cool movie.
And they haven't learned anything since.
Yeah. They're still like, no, let's just do it again. It'll be way better this time.
It'll be better this time. We'll get bigger cages.
Yeah.
It's funny, I think a couple of years ago I saw an article, and I think I mentioned this before, so if I have, let me know. There's I don't know who it is or why they did it, but they decided to take dinosaur DNA and fuse it with chicken DNA, and they're working on creating a hybrid.
Oh my god, mega chicken. Better call Jason Statham. Kick that fucking thing in the head, dude. If he could take on a megalodon, he could take on Dinah Chicken.
Right?
Yeah, Chicken-don. What do you even call
that chicken. Just jump on his back, start choking it.
We need Jason Statham.
Either Statham or Chris, what's his face?
There's a lot of people that would pay money to see Jason Statham choke a chicken.
Yep. OnlyFans. Okay, TM.
Oh my God! I think this was the first movie that my uncle worked on with Tom Hanks. Was Philadelphia came out in '93, and that was a pretty brutal movie.
First time, and that's '93. So the AIDS epidemic was at least 10 years old.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
The first that we had really got it from a sympathetic point of view that I could think of.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I remember when that movie came out, but I don't think I ever saw it because it looked like it was going to be a very sad movie. And
it is
very sad.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington, Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, Jason
Robards. Yeah. Can't remember the gal that played one of the attorneys, but anyway, a lot of good actors in that one.
Two youths.
2 youths.
What is it? You the 2 youths.
Oh, God damn it!
Academy Award winner Marissa Tomei.
No,
it was not.
Dude, Marissa Tomei's still fucking hot.
She's great. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Aunt May, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm truly grateful of Marvel from changing her from 85-year-old Aunt May to 62-year-old Aunt May.
Sexy.
Is Marissa Tomei 62?
Wow. In her early 60s.
She could be.
She looks like Marissa is in her
whole different
early
world
60s.
now,
Yeah.
kids. I assure you. No, it's amazing.
Or late 50s, either way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Joan Jett's 65, I think, now, right? Yeah. Something like that.
Is she that old?
Yeah. Close person.
1964. She is 58.
Oh, yeah.
I knew she was close to 60.
Yeah, that's not too far from 50. What are we, Todd? 52?
52, yeah.
Nice.
Far away.
Oh, no, that's well within parameter.
Oh,
well within
big time. Speaking of pretty ladies, Groundhog Day also came out.
Oh, yeah, Andy McDowell?
Andy McDowell, very pretty.
Oh, no, that movie's funny.
Oh, that's a great movie.
If you want to hear a really great Andy McDowell interview, you should check out the podcast Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. He is like so flirty with her the entire time. It's kind of funny.
Nice.
He's like being all flirty with her, and she's just like, okay, Michael.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Reel it in, bro. But I would be delighted to hear Andy McDowell say, okay, Michael.
Andy McDowell, if you are watching this, we would love to have you on the program.
That would be great. Oh, yeah, honestly.
We promise not to flirt too hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I would probably turn into Raj from being fuck.
That one movie.
That TV show.
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
Because I would just be like,
tongue-tied. It's great.
Nice. Yeah, that's 93. I'm sure there was plenty more movies, but those are the ones that really jumped out.
Yeah, no,
that was a good list of.
Where'd you find the list at?
I don't remember. I think it was some article I was just browsing and came across. I think there was like maybe 10 other movies on there, but none that I really recognize. These I all know I've seen except for Hocus Pocus, but I did recognize it because it's a.
I recognize all the names that are there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've only seen maybe a handful of the ones that are there, but
30 years older than my son.
Yeah, bonkers.
He's 27, 26, 27. Something
That's crazy.
Well, talking about movies coming out in October next week, right?
Extravaganza.
And I know I looked all these up, but now I don't really remember them all. There's a movie called The Burial, which is coming out on the 6th, which has Tommy Lee Jones and Jamie Foxx in it. Oh. And my understanding is that there's some Tommy Lee Jones owns like a family funeral home, and there's some court drama that needs to go on, and Jamie Foxx plays his attorney. Huh. But it's got like really good Rotten Tomatoes scores, like fresh tomatoes and all that stuff. So
both those guys deliver.
I like both of those guys, in most stuff.
Sure.
The Exorcist, Believer, is coming out also on the 6th. I don't know if anybody's streaming
I've not seen any of those movies.
Have you seen the first one?
Never.
Oh, man. No, it's some shit.
Have you heard the Richard Pryor Exorcist?
I think I have. It's been a long time, though.
What in the fuck is that funky smell? The bitch crazy?
The only thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking about stuff like that is Eddie Murphy talking about Haunted Mansion.
Oh, it's fantastic.
He's like,
too bad we can't stay.
Get out.
My favorite part of the whole thing with Richard Pryor is he's like, it wouldn't be, and he used the N word for this, but there wouldn't be a movie if there was black people in it. First time the demon spoke, hello, goodbye.
Yes.
Roll credits.
Yeah.
So when Eddie Murphy did that first Haunted Mansion movie, I was like fully expecting him to be like, too bad we can't stay, baby.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Never did.
Gotta go.
Yeah, the first one scared me.
Yeah.
And I ended up reading the book years later.
It's funny is that it's actually
It's a slow burn.
It's the original Exorcist, when it was first released in theaters, actually did have subliminal images in the movie to freak people out.
Oh yeah, and it was just scary. It is still scary.
That's the reason why that kind of thing is now
that's
illegal.
Max von Sydow, right? Love that guy.
Yeah, is the main guy.
Are they talking to us?
And if you guys hear background noise, we are in a working theater.
We're in the
who
projection
is just about to come up with the production of Pippen.
Yeah, Pippen opens Friday.
Friday or tomorrow? Oh, Friday's first. Friday.
First
So opens Friday.
When this episode's released, it comes out
today.
Oh, yeah, geez, it'll be
So if you're not doing anything, get down here and get some tickets. Go to RentonCivicTheater.org and check out showtimes, buy your tickets online, all that good stuff. Get your butts down here and watch the show.
Yeah. Pippen, the first Broadway rendition of Pippen had the Bob Fosse as a director. So
nice.
These guys better bring some razzmatazz, bro.
That's right. I know Todd is really looking forward to this on the 13th, Friday the 13th. Taylor Swift, the Eras Tours comes out.
Oh, yeah, I am a total Swifty.
That's a movie,
it's a concert footage.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
And people are there's a huge thing on the internet right now about how people are mad because the fans are going to be like, we're going to treat it like it's a show, so we're going to be dancing in the hallways.
Oh, goodness.
We're going to be having our phones out.
Well, let the fans have some fun.
It's a movie.
I'm
it's
not.
a fucking movie. Yeah. Sit your ass down and watch the goddamn movie.
Who do you think is going to that movie? Roger and Ebert aren't going to see that fucking movie for its. You know what I mean? It's like fans are going to see that.
My wife and my daughter will probably go. I don't know if they'll
dance in the aisleways, right?
No. Sit your.
Good for you, Todd. Draw a line in the sand.
When it comes to the movies,
I told you to sit the fuck down, 12-year-old kid.
I'm enjoying this film.
You guys can point and laugh all you want, but I'm real. You are though. The thing is that when you're in a theater, you should be enjoying the movie and not interrupting other people's experience.
Yes, but I would be ventured to believe that the people who are in that particular theater are there because they're fans, right? It's not.
Or someone who decided
you're not going to that movie.
I'm not. No,
I'm not. Right?
Definitely not. Because I would. The first time someone stands up in front of me and starts dancing, I would be like, "Sit your fucking ass down! I'm trying to watch this. Shut up." So, have
you ever been to Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I have.
All right.
And you know what? It was an experience. I'll say that. Because of there's so many different secondary lines.
Oh yeah, no.
You couldn't understand what was being said by anybody because everyone's yelling different things.
Yeah, they're throwing rice and shit and toast.
I wasn't bothered by that. It was the fact that there was 17 different things people were saying.
Oh yeah, Janet, Dr. Scott, Janet, Brad.
No,
Rocky.
No. The lines that people in the audience were saying were
back
all different.
All the
back. Like they weren't all in unison saying the same thing.
Oh,
They're
that's
all
surprising.
saying different things.
They were natives.
Yeah. Come on in.
I know that lady. You should be on the radio.
Yeah.
Are we being loud?
Oh. Come on in, get it.
Come on, Jess.
And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, we are in a working theater.
Yes. And Jess is the heartbeat of this joint.
Yes.
Thank you, Jess.
Don't upset this woman.
Not go forward without her.
She will ruin your day.
So we think Jess is probably going to go buy tickets to the opening night of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, we're talking about the Swifty movie.
Yeah, she's totally going to be dancing in the aisles, singing along, and
I couldn't name a single Taylor Swift song.
I couldn't.
But I believe she wrote.
I know that a lot of her songs are about her ex-boyfriends. That's about all I know.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's 2 dropped. Wow, I should just give up comedy as a pastime. Abandon all hope, Moskowitz.
That's all right. That's all right. Have you guys heard about Dick's, the musical, coming out?
No, is it based on the restaurant? Then I'm not interested.
I actually watched the because I didn't know anything about this. It's two guys, and I think that they're somewhat famous, but they play almost like it's Parent Trap. They play like they're twins that they didn't know they were twins, but they're co-workers. But Megan Thee Stallion's in it. It's all musical. It's all songs. It looks funny as hell.
All right, I'll have to look
right.
Up. Right.
I can't. It's
a pair of
Nathan
business
Lane.
rivals discover that they're identical twins and decide to swap places.
Yeah, and Nathan Lane plays their biological dad.
Nice.
And they try to get their parents back together, and Nathan Lane's like, "Well, I'm gay."
This really is Parent Trap with like VPs of companies.
But and Megan Thee Stallion looks awesome in it. She plays their lady boss or whatever.
Nice.
And,
who's the star?
I don't know the two guys.
John Sharp, Aaron Jackson.
Yeah, I don't.
Nathan Lane, Megan Mullany, Bowen Yang.
Megan Mullany is funny.
Megan Thee Stallion, Tom Kenny. You know, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Frank Tadero, Oscar Montoya, Sonia Eddy, Blake Daniel.
It just looks stupid and fun, and it's got like 90%
Nick
something
Offerman.
on
Nice.
tomatoes.
Yeah, Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally are married.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah. And
81% Rotten Tomatoes.
Jeez, that's pretty good. Dicks. I was hoping it was about the hamburger chain that gave out free hamburgers and shit.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. So that comes out on the 20th. The big release, I think, that everybody's talking about is Killers of the Flower Moon. It's a Martin Scorsese film. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro in it. And it looks amazing from the preview.
Yeah, it's going to be like everything else that Martin Scorsese does.
I don't know. People are saying he's sort of stepped outside of his...
I seriously doubt it.
Yeah.
But then again, he also says the same thing about like comic book movies. They're all the same. There's
well, has he gone...
It's gonna have De Niro. It's gonna have Pesci. It's gonna have all the same people.
Typically, westerns are that big vista thing, though. Which I'm trying to think of any other Scorsese films where he's done the big vista thing. So what about that? Who did Aviator? Is that Scorsese?
That might have been.
Yeah, probably.
That might have been.
I'm not.
Anyway, it's a long running time, epic, but
his last movie was 3.5 hours long.
Yeah.
What was the last one?
It was that one with De Niro and Pesci.
The Irishman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I never saw it. It looked stupid.
Yeah. It was well acted. I enjoyed it. It was kind of corny, just with the. Based on Robert De Niro's character saying that he was a house painter, which means he said he was a hitman for the mob.
Yeah.
But you have to take everything he says with a grain of salt because nobody really knows if he was
telling the
truly the guy.
Who said this?
What's that?
Who said that?
The character?
The character.
Oh.
The one that De Niro played. In this one, De Niro plays like the head of a family business, the oil business, that it looks like they're trying to steal the land from the Osage Native Americans that own the land, and they're prosperous families that live there because they're making money off the oil on their own land. And it looks like there's a bunch of murders that happen to try to take over the land. Leonardo DiCaprio, I think, is a World War I veteran or something, comes home and they marry him off to a prominent native family so that he can get access to the land, something to that effect. But looks like a big epic. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then lastly, and I've never played this, Five Nights at Freddy's. Do you guys know anything about that?
My little brother's daughter loved that game. It was basically you're stuck inside of like a Chuck E. Cheese, and the animatronic comes to life and start killing people.
Jeez. Yeah.
Warner Brothers tried to do this movie with the Banana Splits about 4 years ago. They initially, I think, from what I read, is that that movie was going to be Five Nights at Freddy's, but the people who owned the rights to the characters decided at the last second they didn't want to do it because they didn't like the script or something. And which is probably a good idea because that movie was so bad.
The Cage one?
No, it was the Banana Splits.
As murderous.
As murderous, like animatronic creatures.
And then there was the Nicolas Cage one where he goes and stays in that haunted.
Oh yeah.
Trying to figure it. What the hell was that name?
Wasn't it the Babadook or whatever?
No, that's something else. Yeah.
But no, yeah, this was like literally was like a Sci-Fi Channel like horror movie. It was not great. I mean, it was kind of cool because it was, nostalgic for people our age. But like turning the characters we loved as kids into murderous robots.
They just did that with Winnie the Pooh.
Except for they're not murderous robots. He's like legit like a bear that decides to start killing people because of stuff. I don't know.
No, it bothers me because I like Winnie the Pooh.
They're actually doing a sequel to that too.
Are they really? And did the first one make enough to?
Well, I guess now that Tigger is now in the public domain as well, they're doing another one.
Oh my God.
Willy's Wonderland. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nick Cage gets sort of tricked into cleaning this pizza place that's like a Chuck E. Cheese, and he goes in and starts cleaning it. He's
when did
there
this one
for
come
the
out?
Night. This one came out in not that long ago, 2021.
Okay, so that was after the Banana Splits movie because the Banana Splits came out in
Splits one.
It came out in 2019.
Crazy.
It's on, I think, Amazon Prime, so you can watch it if you really want to.
Yeah, I don't know anything else about. I know they've sold toys and all kinds of merch and stuff.
It's insanely popular. All the kids who really are into like Minecraft are also into Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay.
Same group of
all right.
Same audience. I have not looked into it because I don't really like jump scares.
Is it a group game? Can you play with a group of people?
I honestly don't know. I've never actually watched any gameplay because
Minecraft you can play with your friends simultaneously.
Right.
Yeah.
You probably can.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the idea of the game. If I'm not correct, please somebody in the watching the video comment
what
below.
of the Jakarta 8? Can you?
But I think it's just you're trying to escape the restaurant.
So we'll get the translation down for us. All right. Well, that's the movies that I know of. I mean, there's more coming out in October, but those are the ones that stood out to me. Any others, Todd, that you can think of that are coming out?
Honestly, I'm trying to think of movies that are coming out that I'm interested in seeing. The only movies I'm thinking of, I don't think are coming out until like early next year.
Yeah, I know the Marvels comes out in November.
Oh, is it? Okay, I was thinking it was like January of next year.
Yeah, so I'm looking for that.
The Marvels.
What about the new Aquaman movie?
Oh, yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. That's coming out like January or February.
Was it that late? I thought it was like later this year.
I feel like it's a year behind.
It was supposed to come out like next month.
Did they cut Amber Heard out of that? Did that really happen?
I don't know yet.
I don't know. I haven't heard. I hope she was replaced by somebody else. Because there was a bunch of reshoots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I know one of the things that they changed is they initially they changed which Batman was in the movie.
Oh.
Because at one point it was Ben Affleck and then it was Michael Keaton.
Nice.
But now I think it's neither.
Interesting.
Because neither one of those movies did well.
Oh, with the Keaton coming back and the Batfleck.
Yeah, well, they were both in The Flash, and that movie did not do as well as they were hoping. And it was a good movie. I really enjoyed the shit out of it, regardless of the fact that the lead actor is a piece of shit human being.
It didn't make its money back?
Allegedly.
It didn't make its money back. I think
it's on Max now.
It's on Max.
Yeah, I did watch it. I enjoyed it.
That was one of the reasons why it didn't do well in theaters is because he's still the lead in the movie. And the other thing that people are just ripping it apart was the universes that are crossing over. Was it halfway point or 3/4 of the way through, where you start seeing like the other versions of Batman and Superman and all these other characters. The special effects used
were awful.
They look like the Polar Express. Remember how the characters looked in a...
I mean, like, way worse than video games.
Oh.
Yeah, I was amazed. At first, I thought it was my
like PlayStation
tablet was going bad or something.
It was PlayStation 2 style animation.
Yeah, he was pretty surprised.
It was,
but the baby saving scene is worth the whole movie.
My God, that was
There's
so
a scene where he needs to save a baby, and in a way that only Flash could pull it off, and it's absolutely chef's kiss.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And there was a lot of foreshadowing in that movie that after you see it for the second or third time, you go, oh shit, there it is. Like younger Flash.
Well, he hasn't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet?
Yeah.
Do you care if I say anything?
Well,
no, go ahead.
Really? Oh, you're a good man.
Young Barry is wearing yellow and black.
Ah.
Which is Reverse Flash.
It means he loves Stryper, the band.
Hey, what's wrong with Stryper? No, I'm kidding.
Nothing wrong with Stryper, the band. They're doing
but no, I saw that as a foreshadowing that he was going to be like a version. I thought he was going to be a version of Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
Because...
I thought Reverse Flash is Dr. Zoom or whatever. Dr. Z.
No, it's Eobard Thawne from the future.
Oh, yes, it's Thawne in the TV show.
Yeah.
Is it always Thawne? I thought
so. I don't know. But that's what I thought anyway. But
I don't know. Flash, I've never...
that was a little bit of foreshadowing. The foreshadowing was mostly correct. It just wasn't it wasn't the Flash character I thought he was going to turn into.
Sure.
So
yeah, I'll have to admit I'm not a huge DC guy.
I did Batman for a long time, and some Superman, depending on who's writing it. I like the Greg Rucka years for Batman a lot, but
overall,
also 20 years ago.
Overall, even if you aren't like a huge DC guy, it's not a terrible movie, especially if you're not like.
Oh sure.
I think if you're someone who has never read the comics, but likes Batman as a character, you're going to dig the movie.
Sure. Yeah, and I think I don't know. I think it had a lot of really strong. And I don't know too much about his case, to be honest. So I really don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't pay that close attention to it. I just know that he did some things that would get anybody else thrown in jail for a very long time.
Did he end up getting convicted of anything?
I don't think so, but he could have. If had he not had
speaking of, we haven't talked about Russell Brand.
Shit, yeah.
That's kind of gossipy, but I hope that shit's not true. I heard one of the ladies talking, and she wasn't under oath at the time.
Oh, come on.
If it's true, it's awful.
Dude, I think what's her face, his ex-wife, should step up and say, yeah, no, that's true. He's a piece of shit. He never mind that. I mean, he's also an anti-vaxxer and a conspiracy nut. If you've ever watched any of his YouTube stuff,
Russell Brand.
Oh yeah, he is so far off the deep end. And I've never thought that guy was funny. I like some of the movies he was in, but not because of him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's really a comedian, right?
He is a comedian.
Yeah, no, it's just because he's tall, dude. Tall people get fucking bonus points.
No,
I mean, I've talked about this for decades.
Legitimately, he is.
How tall do you got to be? Because I don't know.
I'm telling you, man. Well, no, you do just fine, kid.
Legitimately, he is a stand-up comedian. He's not funny.
I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know he was a stand-up.
Yeah.
I did like him in that Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I think he was perfect, but he wasn't a huge part. I mean, he was a big part of the movie,
his
but
character got the sequel to that movie. It was Get Him to the Greek.
I didn't see that. Sure. I didn't have any interest in seeing that because it was all him, right?
Yeah.
And Jonah Hill, which is
at the time that movie came out, Jonah Hill was kind of funny. I really enjoyed his movies back then, and I saw it because of Jonah Hill, and it was more of that rock and roller dude who's
high all the time.
He's high all the time, and he's. And
I think that was Russell Brand for a number of years. Right?
That's really not.
Famously, was like
he's not really acting in those movies.
You know?
I think the only movie I really liked him in was his version of Arthur.
Oh,
I didn't
forgot
see
about
that either. Yeah,
no, I remember the original version of Arthur.
And you know what?
There's a couple of boobs and shit, but other than that, it's a dumb movie. I just don't get it.
It was his version of Arthur. I thought it had some really great moments in it. Overall, would I say would I give it like a 5 out of 5 stars? No, but it was entertaining, and it was there was a couple really cute moments because he's trying to pick up this girl who has no interest in him whatsoever. And I think that's probably what the original storyline was too, right?
And just that he's a weird, lonely guy, kind of.
He's a rich guy who's got nobody in his life except for his butler. And this, the
Sir John Gielgud.
Yeah, and this one it was Helen Mirren. Plays
way more
his
butler.
The butler, his essentially his mother.
Yeah.
You know,
Because I sure do like Dame Helen Mirren.
You like her?
Dame Helen, if you would like to be on the show.
dude, I would love talking to her. She's great.
She's great.
But
whatever happened to Dudley Moore? He did like 10 in Arthur, and
he had cancer, I think.
did he have cancer?
Yeah.
Did he? He didn't do. Did he? Was he bigger in the UK?
Because he didn't seem to make a huge body of work, right? Maybe he was just on the talk show circuit or something. I really don't know.
He was a stand-up comedian who became an actor, but he was I think those two movies, because he did two of those Arthur movies, and then he did like the Lady in the Red Dress, and he also did
10.
Yeah, 10
with Bo Derek.
Was he in? He was in that too?
No, that was his
That was
laughing
his
pad,
big
I think.
thing,
But are you sure that was him? Because he was also in the Lady in the Red Dress, which is
the same fucking movie.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Which is the girl from Weird Science.
Yeah, Kelly LeBrock.
LeBrock, she's still hot. But he was also in the movie Santa Claus. Where he's like
there was a movie
where he's like a human elf.
He changed like his son.
Where
was it Fred Savage or Kirk Cameron or
Kirk Cameron? Yeah, it was one of those vice versa.
That explains it.
Swapping bodies. Because
we're done with you.
It came out the same time as the one with Judd Nelson and Fred Savage.
Oh, Judd Nelson.
And also around the same time.
That's why movie producers and cocaine don't mix, right? They just all do the same fucking thing that the other guy's doing.
And within a few years of that was also the movie Big.
Yeah. Which is probably the best of them, right?
Of the
that
three,
was a well done film.
Yeah, the one with Judd Nelson and Fred Savage I think was a good one too. Of those, they were better than the one with Dudley Moore.
Yeah, sure. I'm not convinced Dudley Moore is an actor.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think he kind of stumbled through some shit.
I think he's like Robin Williams in a lot of ways, where he just does what he does, regardless of what he's
and they
told
kind of build around that.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
geez, see, that's.
I just see this as like Dudley Moore needed on set. Yeah. I'm gonna need another martini.
Yeah. Just keep them coming.
I got a bit of a cold.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. What else? I don't know about movies, but well, that could come.
Yeah, he. I don't think he ever did any television other than maybe like.
I really don't know.
Was
he in like Cannonball Run or anything, or Around the World,
maybe
the Rat Race or something weird, you know? Maybe just one of those giant.
We're gonna have to have an entire episode on
dedicated to Dudley Moore. I don't know. He's probably. For the 20th century, he's the famous Dudley. So he's got that going for him.
All of our viewers in Montenegro will be glued.
Dudley Moore, Arthur 10. What else?
It's always those motherfuckers in Montenegro. We see you. We see you.
Welcome.
He actually had a movie. Honestly. He had a TV show in '93 called Dudley.
Huh. Oh. I don't remember that.
Me either.
30 years ago.
It lasted like 4 episodes or something.
Like Father, Like Son is the name of that movie with
Switcheroo.
With
Kirk Cameron. I'm not convinced he's an actor either. Really.
Kirk Cameron is definitely not an actor. He's a religious nut. But,
but he got his start by
Best Defense, and that's with I think Eddie Murphy, isn't it?
Oh man,
what was his last credit? His
last credit was in 1998.
Yeah.
Called The Mighty Kong.
No,
which is an animated movie about King Kong.
Oh, that's interesting.
All right, done a little voice.
So he was doing voiceover. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
it's a good gig. Oh man, but I'm excited for Loki 2, which
that comes
recognize as a television.
It comes out this week, I think, or next week.
I think the 5th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I really did enjoy the first season. I really did.
Tomorrow.
And I've heard rumors that we're going to be introduced to some of the other Marvel characters that haven't been in the MCU yet.
Oh, jeez.
So we might see some X-Men or Fantastic Four.
Oh, nice.
Oh, jeez, there you go. Well, because, Fantastic Four and Kang are long-term rivals, right? It's like, I don't know if X-Men ever crossed paths with Kang.
I don't know. I honestly, before the stuff that had him currently, I've never heard of his character.
Who, Kang?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, he's been around for mass. He was
I'm
just
sure he
never
has.
as cool, like, no offense, but
He wasn't.
Dr. Doom or...
Let's put it this way: he wasn't in any of the animated stuff that I've seen.
Oh,
So I don't know.
I'd like him because he's
X-Men
it's
97.
time and he's a high tech guy because Dr. Doom's kind of tech and magic, right? But Kang's just a future tech guy, so that's how he defeat us.
So everything he does looks like magic because it's from the future, right?
But he's just a technology guy. But stuff that's way beyond. He's from like the 43rd century in some cases, right? Some weird shit like that.
Yeah. But then X-Men 97, I think, is supposed to be coming out either in October or in the last couple months of this year, or maybe early next year. I can't remember which.
What is that? What's
X-Men 97 is a continuation of the X-Men animated series from the 90s.
Oh, is this going to be animated? Oh.
Yeah.
But it's new product?
Brand new products.
Oh.
A lot of the same actors are coming back.
Jeez.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There, I was like 2 months ago that the actor who played Wolverine in the original series went to social media and he did, a little thing. Hey, Cummings, and the character too.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob, coming soon.
Geez, that's a hoot. What channel?
It's going to be at Disney Plus.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Any idea when the new Daredevil is coming out?
I haven't heard anything, but he's also supposed to make an appearance, I think, in Loki.
Oh, geez, there you go. Yeah, Charlie Cox.
Cox.
Geez, he's British. Who knew?
Is he really?
Yeah, I did not know that.
Is he related to Brian Cox?
Crikey, I really don't know.
He's also British.
Yeah.
He was also in the third X-Men movie.
Yeah, he played the Canadian.
The general, the guy who had the X program,
right.
Yeah, geez, yeah.
I'm really excited to see all the new Marvel stuff coming out. We have Loki, and the Marvels is going to be a movie,
yeah,
and then Daredevil 3. That's the next one, I think.
Nice.
Beyond that,
that's something.
Yeah. Well, you guys want to give out some advice?
What do we got?
Actually had somebody write in on the website came across as Ann Anonymous. ANN Anonymous. So Ann,
nice.
Thank you for sending
Charles,
this in.
thank you for writing us.
No, this ain't creative writing. No.
Are you sure?
No, Ann Anonymous.
Yeah. Well, she's not going to give a real name, right? Because that would just be weird.
Yeah.
Is her last name Anonymous or Anonymous?
Anonymous.
Okay, I was going to say.
My stepmom's name is Ann. I wonder if this is her.
Maybe.
She's like, my husband.
No, unless she's 23.
Because it should have been Anonymous. Because, like Enigma.
There you go. Well, she writes, I am a healthy 23-year-old female with a healthy libido, and I am dating a handsome, smart, funny, sexy 25-year-old male who is very, very religious. The problem is he won't touch me except for holding hands and an occasional peck on the cheek. This is for religious reasons, and he has told me, and I somewhat respect it, won't do anything sexual until marriage. We've been dating for about 2 months, and girl is horny. Don't want to cheat and don't want to get married. I'm too young. Should I end it now?
Yes.
Yes.
You should have ended it yesterday.
Yeah. Well, because she has just stated that it's an incompatibility.
Yeah.
Or she wouldn't be right.
Now, you know what? When it's come
but now I got to play devil's advocate because we can't just end this is a whole bit here.
No,
a segment.
Yeah. I'm in agreement with you guys. I think that this is an incompatibility. Yeah. If you're not religious like him, you want to go get your freak on, dude, it's not going to work out.
Well, and I would just say the first part of that sentence is enough. If you don't share that type of morality, do not get married to that person.
It's not going to work for you because he's going to expect you to abstain from other things as well that you probably are into.
Yeah, I didn't mention that. It doesn't talk about...
Do you mean the booty?
Well, it might be what Todd might be thinking is like partying, drinking.
Sure. I'm thinking you're 23 years old, you're probably going to go out to parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Doing Molly.
TP.
I'm just trying to get closer to God.
We should ask Jess her opinion on this one. She's not standing there. I'm just pointing out that door because that's the way she came in before.
No,
I don't. Yeah, no. And I don't know how old that kid is. Oh my God, who knows where that kid is?
It said how old he was, right?
He's 25. She's 23.
Yeah, no. Yeah. If he is like legit, like no, I'm not going to have sex until marriage.
And God bless, dude. Then he should be with somebody who shares that same morality. Exactly. Fair enough. And vice versa, right?
And let's be honest. If you stay with him, you're going to have lots of resentments towards him later in life.
Maybe, right?
So yeah, good possibility.
It just seems like
absolutely she's going to have some resentments because she could have experienced a lot more had she not been with that dude.
More boner, he's saying.
Well, just more life, Doesn't matter if it's sex or whatever. She's being denied things that she wants to be able to do. She can't because of this guy.
Yeah.
And that's a choice, right?
Yeah.
I think that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would think for me, you can't. It's just too.
The only other thing would be to be honest with him and date other people. That's the only other out that I can see.
There's no way he's going for that, dude. No. There's no way. If he's already hung up, he's not going to want to.
Well, doesn't say he's hung up. He just doesn't want
Pound Town and shit.
I guess you're right.
He probably doesn't masturbate either, so he probably doesn't even know how his shit works.
I don't know. That's a.
No, I'm serious.
Part of an assumption there.
Well, I mean, it's not that far out as far as people who are waiting for. They don't do stuff like that. People who are that religious don't pleasure themselves. They don't take care of business, and they don't know how to take care of business.
Yes, that's a drag.
Yeah. It is, and that's why I'm saying there's going to be resentments later in life where he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and he doesn't know how to tell her what to do.
Yeah, what about birth control? What about what's it all? I mean, what's her role in the
Does she want 15 kids? Because that's going to end up happening, And
I mean, it all depends on. And I don't know. I don't know where it really is in the Bible. I've never seen the words "no sex before marriage." Never, ever.
I don't think it's in the Bible.
Yeah,
I think it's one of those things that.
And if somebody out there in one of the Jakarta 8 or somebody else in our vast
what is Jakarta 8?
We have 8 people in Jakarta from the beginning of the show.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Like, so now you kept mentioning this is like, is that like a cult thing?
I'm just making a bit now. Now it's a thing.
No, that's awesome. Keep doing it, man. I was like, who is this? Who is this Jakarta 8?
Comedy callback, but so far my comedy night's been.
No, I mean, just because I didn't get it doesn't mean it's not funny, dude.
Well, no,
I've been enjoying it.
You know what? Again, neurodivergent person takes things at face value. I don't really read between the lines. So if you're making a joke and I'm not getting it, that's why.
Well, and it's fair to say that I'm not always funny. It's okay.
But no, seriously though, I think she should. I think she should politely kick his ass to the curb.
And they've only been dating. It says for about 2 months.
Fresh in, right?
It's fresh, and you already know that he's not going to change his values.
Don't cheat on the guy, but don't stay with him either.
No, and we discussed this previously in such, advice columns, right? That to expect that you can change somebody is not fair to them or yourself.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Isn't. It's not. It's just not.
No.
And it's just setting up for stress and failure, like Todd said, resentments, right?
Yeah,
resentments are a choice.
It's going to fester.
But they exist.
It's going to fester, and it's going to, and then at some point later in life, it's going to boil over, and it's going to blow up big.
Yeah. There's just some things that are a bridge too far. Like I was married to a lady who's really big in sobriety, right? And I mean, she's a local superstar in the world of like AA and such, and I'm not a sober person, right? So that was definitely a perspective that was very difficult for us to bridge, right?
Yeah.
And in the end, it was too much. It was a bridge too far, as the kids say.
It's not easy for people in 12-step programs to date normies.
Yeah, sure. But we did plenty of fucking.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you one bit.
You know, it's delightful.
She was a very nice lady.
She was a great lady.
Yeah.
But that's just a perception that's, you know, too near and dear, right?
It's polar opposites.
Yeah, kind of. Well, I'm not a total wastoid necessarily.
No, I'm talking about like the couple on the email.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
If she's wanting to go to Pound Town and he is just like not interested.
Yeah. Can we combine Pound Town and Flavor Town somehow?
You can. It's called ass to mouth.
You never go ass to mouth. Everyone knows it.
Everybody knows this. Not anymore, evidently, right? I don't know. The world's a different place.
I honestly blame Kevin Smith for the people who are wanting to go ass to mouth because of that line in that movie. What is this ass to mouth thing that they're talking about in that movie, Dad? I don't want.
Jakarta 8 are over there trying to take notes. Like
they're like
trying to use their translator.
Kevin Smith is fucking crazy. Oh my God!
What the fuck?
No, that guy's great. His dialogue is wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Have you ever watched his
so dumb.
Evening with Kevin?
I've got a couple of those on DVD.
The first two were great. The third and fourth one were like, oh man, will you just get to the fucking point? The problem is in like the third and fourth one, that's when he started smoking weed. And I'm not saying weed is bad or anything, but for him it wasn't good because you ask him a single question, he'll talk for 2.5 hours on that one question.
Oh my God!
Legitimately,
Better
there was
be a good question.
Well, maybe
it wasn't even a good question. It was a goofy question for one of his movies.
Boxes or briefs, Kevin. He's all well.
I'm glad you brought that up.
He talked for 2.5 hours about that one question, and he goes, we're almost out of time." He's like, "I only answered one question."
Yep. How does it happen? Oh, what a sweetheart! What a sweetheart!
He actually quit. He quit smoking, but now he drinks. So.
Oh, geez. Well, good luck to him. I thought he had Didn't he have a heart attack or something?
Like 5 years ago, yeah.
Because I don't think you're supposed to have alcohol if you have a heart attack.
Well,
I don't know. You could probably do it in moderation, but he had surgery.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lap band or something?
No, he lost a lot of weight due to a diet. He was eating. He was doing the diet that Penn Jillette did, which was eating lots of potatoes, uncooked potatoes.
What the fuck? Yeah, I think that's called self-loathing.
Yeah. You can eat
I love potatoes, but I don't know. I didn't know you could even eat an uncooked potato.
Yeah, I think they're uncooked. They weren't fried or anything. They were baked, but still,
just baked potatoes.
I fucking love baked potatoes.
But I would eat butter and sour cream.
Yes.
Yeah. No, none of that. None of that.
Man.
Cheddar cheese.
Yeah, no, I just did last night. It was delicious.
But he does one of the podcasts I absolutely love that he only does like every few months now, but which really sucks because I love this show. It's called Hollywood Babble On.
Sure.
Babble isn't talking too much. And he does it with Ralph Garman. And this last episode they did last month was the first one in like 4 months. It felt like he was getting drunk.
No,
through the episode, he's like, "I don't smoke anymore, so I'm having some alcohol."
All right.
You know what his drink of choices?
I think it was something sweet and fruity, probably.
Okay. Fits his personality.
Yeah. And I was actually, when I first heard he stopped smoking weed, he's like, "Great, maybe this next few movies will be funnier."
And his hetero life mate is now sober, right?
Has been for a number of years.
Right on.
Yeah,
because he was spun for a second there.
Yeah.
He, in the late 90s and the early 2000s, he was all about heroin and stuff. So
that kid's legit though. He really is.
Sobered up after Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah.
I think
he's had some kids too.
He just had another one. He's got 2 kids. Nice. He's got a little girl, and I think the new one is a boy.
Yeah, I like that guy a lot.
Jason Mewes, he's actually him and Ming are people who used to go to SummerCon all the time as guests.
Nice.
I got a tooth that's coming out, and that's why I'm lisping a lot. So
Do you have any stickers?
Stickers.
We do have stickers if you go to r-townpodcast.com and buy some.
Yes,
support the show. Coming up, we're going to do our top 5 in the bonus round. That is in our members only section. So go there, sign up. It's only $3 a month or $30 a year.
$30.
Do it. Do it now.
We're going to be talking
Saturday morning cartoons.
Saturday
from back
morning
in the
cartoons,
day, what we grew up on. Because they don't do that anymore, right? There's no Saturday.
They haven't done Saturday morning cartoons for about 15 years.
Yeah.
That's when things start to go bad. You know what I mean? It's like
we're going to blame it on the lack of.
And then,
well, I mean.
Yeah, it's
we have like
back,
3 networks that play nothing but cartoons. So I mean, not like they need to be on Saturday mornings. Got Nickelodeon, and we have Cartoon Network, and I think Noggin and Boomerang. They all have like cartoons on there all the time.
Yeah, but all of my top 5s are like number 1 in my heart. Do I have to put them like in an order of importance to me, or
no?
Because man, I mean, they all had different moments and different impacts on my life depending on when it was. Right?
And my top 5 are legitimately like within the first 5 years of my life.
Oh,
every single one of them.
Wow.
You can remember, like...
Yeah. I mean, I remember watching them. I don't remember... I've been rewatching a lot of them recently, but all I remember is that I liked them as a kid. But I do know when they all started, which was when I was real young. So, like, I'm not going to name any of them now. You have to subscribe to find out which ones I'm talking about, folks.
Yeah, so do it. I got to get this here thing done because I got to call the kid who's home alone, trying to call me. But ending on something positive, Bo Burnham, who I know has had some controversy in his life, in his career, but I think he's better now, but the comedian said it best when he was talking about finding things that are worthwhile in your life and giving your time to that. He said, your attention is valuable and worthwhile. Please do not waste it on anything made with the express purpose of being worthless. That's what voting is for.
If you've not seen any of his stuff, I liked his videos on YouTube back in the day. His videos were super funny. He did a lot of like songs and stuff. He actually did a special during the pandemic, and you see him kind of unravel during that recording.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because he films like his entire when he was isolated or some kind of thing.
Yeah, he was all by himself in his apartment, and Did he
go full yuck in Phoenix?
He has a mental breakdown, and he starts to sob halfway through.
That's brave.
And it was to be fair though, it was before that break. It was very, very, very funny, and even after the break, he kind of wrangled it back in and kind of apologized for what had just happened and continued on with whatever he was doing.
It ain't easy.
All right, we got to leave it there, guys. Thank you for watching Around the World. The sun never sets on Our Town Podcast. We appreciate you being here. Come back for the bonus round, and we'll see you next week.
All right, appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you think this episode is worth $1 or $5, the boys would love to have it. Please go to ourtownpod.store for merch or to donate now. For less than a cup of coffee, you can also join the website in the member-only area for exclusive bonus content, blogs, and more. It's just $3 a month or $30 a year. Thank you for listening to this production of Our Town Podcast Extraordinaire.